A love song is playing through my heart. A love song is there all the time. So, lady, I think it's only fair I should say to you, if you think I don't want you, but baby I do. Pied Piper gave me a love song and the sun just beamed through the window. Every day's a new day. It's not Groundhog Day for us. You look at Watchmen of the Dragon. He's broken that movie up. There's 717 and everything he breaks up, and 555. He's the only one I know who's using the numbers besides Click, who saw it on Pulp Fiction, The Briefcase. 555. There's a fella on my page, he comments. I chatted to him because under a Click video, which I found very important, that he linked, which was about the two towers becoming one, that Clay from the dust, the potter, had put together so beautifully 5 months ago, was on, this is full memory, the Lord reminds me of these things. 5 months ago was put on Click's channel. And it was all about the time is now. And now the dragon has its feet on the ground. And I need to link it. And the Lord gave me a word that I haven't found yet, but I know I'll mess this up. Basically, the army they make is like a hybrid. They've completed the feat, the Lord said. And I'm pretty sure it was there on the ground. And then I got lots on the running man and all that. Now, I tried to find it if I put it on my YouTube. I looked up feet and army because this is their hybrid army on the ground, dragon. And all I could get was the Egyptian Sphinx with Jim Carrey's feet and Obama's head. Make any sense? It's a spoof. It's a spoof. It's cut. And then Jim Carrey stands up and his feet are stumps and his big feet are remain. The real Sphinx, I think it has lion feet, which looks a little bit like the twig in one eye when you've got them all trying to escape to the other eye, so they're both double down. And they're trying to lift the column, and under the column is the lion. The lion, when you turn it up, Click saw it, is the feet under the Sphinx, motherfucker. So it's not Groundhog Day for us. It's every day's a new day, and the Lord's my shepherd, and he speaks to me. He speaks to me in numbers. Pulp Fiction, 555, 117. What did you do on the 13th of June 2018, Lisa? Well, I chose my puppy. Chose it because it was upside down. And when the lady turned it up, sent another photo, I said, I'll have that one. paid $550 deposit. That means there's another $5 somewhere. I remember sitting here the day of the God storm with the hail, where all my inverter and power got taken out, thinking there's 5 minutes left. And I think I went to the fridge and I had a plastic container with grapes in it, and I ate one grape because I had toothache. I've eaten the whole packet in 5 minutes since then, but I just had the one, just like I did in the glory hut when I was up the mountain eating from the tree of life, which you didn't choose to eat from. Oh no. Well, I didn't choose it. The Lord chose me. Many are called and few are chosen. So if you're running anywhere because God said run the race, don't walk it, motherfucker, you don't want to have little feet because that's what the Lord said. He said they had finished the feet, this army. They're like they're on the ground. He said, but they're little. First thing I thought of was Chinese little feet. They bind them, don't they? They bind the little feet and they shuffle. And you know where they shuffle to? They shuffle to the other side. The place of no return, the cross of the Rubicon. And I stand there and warn them, but they're all in a trance. All the truthers and detectives. And when the plane, which they mock Paradise Island with, goes over with a wee dwarf. When Paradise Island happens for some few, we'll find it. Where will you be? In your beautiful room where you're waiting the last hour that Babylon goes down? It's in 1 hour. It happens in an hour. I scribed that day. The Lord told me the night before I would. And the first thing I thought when I heard him say was, what do I write in? Then I realised I had 2 exercise books. The ones you get at school, like 1B5s, they've read. They were Joshua's because he never did his schoolwork. And I grabbed his old school books and I left. Nothing flash, but I was getting an education. And before June 13th this year, I scribed a word which I've read and put up. I didn't want to because it was personal and it sounded to me in my vein show flesh a little bit arrogant. You know, we don't want to be called arrogant if we've got the fear of man, but I fucking haven't. I've got no fear of man because they're a beast. They are the beast. 666. They are the system. And they're under our feet and we crush their head. So be crushed. There's a lot of boulders here. My son and I are angels and we are trained by angels. I have 2 dogs. I gave them my coat. There goes the replacement. They're far better. But I'll tell you the middle name of the 2 dogs. One of them was Tribute 1, and the foolish lady, after making an oath to me, changed her name to Molly, which is Mary, like Queen of the Sea, like Nath, or whatever you call the thing that's Lady Liberty, not ISIS or whatever, like exactly what Clex says in this video I'll link. That one. Changed her name to Molly. She made a big mistake, didn't she? And Tribute One, whom she changed the name to, was born Christmas Day, and things were all wrapped up, and it was God's surprise that he'd already wrapped up. They were only bloody planning theirs. They're behind us. They're under our feet. They're behind us. They're under our feet. We have the victory. I'm not joking. Man is a big joke. Now, I went to Anne's place, who has Tribute One's sister, and her son sat there and said, "Look at his eyes. They're evil." My son, when I told him that, looked at her eyes and said, "Nothing." But he did what I did. He screenshot the eyes, blew them up, and you could see it in Tribute's eyes. And I was driving to Anne's place thinking a couple of days later that the son had said that. The Lord's, because at first I thought, well, don't call my dogs evil. Didn't say a word to him, but then I thought, well, what the Lord is always speaking. And he said, fierce. So turn that up. Tribute's eyes were fierce. So next time you think that the Lord is gentle, think again. He is ploughing through the harvest. And he nearly took me out because my head was down with my ear to the ground. And you motherfuckers, truthers, you detectives, you get hurted when the plane goes over. And I know you have demons. And I know also that they are like heat-seeking missiles and they will not miss any of yours. That I'm approached by an angel and shown how to hide. And it's your effing matrix in between a wall. Isn't it good that the Lord used that? And then there's another movie you like using. It's that one, John Carpenter, with the glasses. Put them on and you think you see. The Lord Jesus said, take them off now. Take them off. So I scribed the word and I've handed in, and I did do a diploma in teaching, and this is how it used to work. Every term we would hand in our work. Well, I got a big tick, and it's all handed in. And guess what? I got good news. The course I did doesn't have a final exam. Very strange way they structured it. All you did was hand in every term that you'd covered certain parts of the curriculum with the children. The tutors had come out, they'd taken notes and had a discussion with you. It's all documented. You just proved in writing that you knew what you knew. I know what I know, it's all in my box. So when I handed it in, it was all over. And you know what happened that day, that night? My husband showed up. We went to the fish and chip shop. It was a fish and chip shop where my son's best friend's parents owned it. And when we stood there, gold coins, $1 and $2 coins, fell from the roof. I swear, and I witnessed to people on Messenger, Harvest Barn. I said, I'll ask my son. He's 24 now. And I asked him, and he was 6 at the time. I said, do you remember? Do you remember? He said, yes, Mum, clearly. Clearly I remember. People think I'm nuts. There were coins falling. The next morning, then we went and we sat by the river and ate them with the ducks. I had 3 children and a husband called Joseph. He was the father of 1. He was the father of 2, my 2 youngest, Joshua and Emily. And I got saved as a solo mum, so I had Amy. There was a wee bit of an age gap with Amy. So next morning, I thought, where's my husband? So I went out to the garage, and there he is, and you know something's not right. And I said, what's up? We should be happy. You know, I'm qualified. We can suddenly make some money. I can apply for jobs as a teacher. We weren't very financial. We studied and worked hard, but our marriage were quite poor. Getting our education with children. He said, I feel depressed, and I know it's history. I feel like I felt years ago. We went to a dark place years ago called mass murder is the place it meant. I knew what it meant. And I thought, oh Lord, that's not good. Then he said, I want to separate. It was Christmas. What a wonderful surprise. It was the 22nd of December. And I said, all right. We lived together for a week and had sex. Then he helped me find a flat. I found a beautiful home. We had shared care, and then I got a job as a teacher. Following year, he took my children. But I wasn't as upset as I would have been because I knew the Lord knew, because he told me 6 months before it happened. And luckily, I wrote it down and put it in an email. But that didn't matter when I went to court. Oh no, I must have been crazy because I was hearing God. Well, I'm an effing sheep and they hunt you, and I've already been before magistrates for it. I won the case. So you can look forward to that. Use my testimony. Remember, we're going because we've already been through the fire. Celebrate through the fire is my best advice. And maybe have a trapdoor because they're going to take you away. Nice to have a trapdoor if you build something, and escape, right? 17:33. See you later. Love you.